evening to you on this Monday night. I'm Marnie Hughes. We have a lot to get to this evening, and we begin tonight with a major development in the investigation into the death of Lauren Smith Fields. This is a case we have been following on News Nation Prime for the last week. The mayor of Bridgeport, Connecticut tonight has suspended 2 police officers for mishandling the investigation into her death, and also another case. We now know Lauren Smith Fields was not the only woman who died on December 12th, 2021. A 53-year-old woman, her name is Brenda Rawls, was reportedly found dead at a home the same exact day, just miles away. While police and city officials are not saying the 2 cases are connected, there are some tragic similarities in how each of these cases was handled by authorities. Both families say they were never notified by police that something had happened to their loved one and that the deaths were not properly investigated. They have a lot of questions, and tonight they are demanding answers. And again, 2 officers on leave right now as the investigation into both of these cases continues. Correspondent Kelly Beeson has the very latest on these developments tonight that have quickly gained national attention. Kelly.
They certainly have, Marnie. The Bridgeport mayor says he's disappointed and calls the detectives' actions unacceptable. Now tonight, 2 detectives are on disciplinary leave, and the supervisor who oversees these matters has retired as of Friday. Now I can tell you, Marnie, that these families have been out in the public. They are hoping that the media picks up these stories, and they've spread across the world at this point. There have been rallies, there have been parades in support of these families, and it's just been an emotional 2 cases. Here's what officials have to say.
I am extremely disappointed with the leadership of the Bridgeport Police Department and have found the actions taken up to this point with regard to these 2 investigations unacceptable.
Bridgeport Mayor Joe Ganim announcing 2 police detectives, Kevin Cronin and Angel Llanos, will be suspended for their handling of the deaths of Lauren Smith Fields and Brenda Rawls in what he calls a lack of sensitivity and failure to follow police policy.
It is an unacceptable failure. If policies were not followed to the extent of this, and to this family and to friends and all who care about human decency, I'm very sorry.
Lauren Smith Fields was found unresponsive in her apartment on December 12th. Her death ruled an accident from a lethal combination of drugs and alcohol. But her family questioning whether police adequately investigated the man with her at the time, someone she had recently met on Bumble.
When we asked about this guy, he was a nice guy. There is no need to investigate.
On the same day, Brenda Rawls was found dead just 2 miles away at another residence where a man she was with called police to say he had awoken to find her unresponsive. The families of both women say they're frustrated they were not notified of the deaths by police.
They're really disrespectful to people. It's almost like they treated us as if we were the criminals, like we did something. It's almost like we're being victimized over again, the way they treated us.
To lose your daughter, your only daughter, your baby girl, at such a ripe age of 23 years old, and to be treated the way we was treated by Bridgeport Police Station and the department is unacceptable.
News of both cases has spread around the world as the families continue to voice their concerns.
All we keep getting is doors closed in our face and empty promises.
Hoping to get their questions answered and find meaningful resolution to the cases.
No one is going to discard my daughter like she's rubbish.
I just want to know what happened. How hard could that be to tell us what happened?
Now, the Bridgeport Police Department has not made any comment regarding the suspensions. The family of Rawls is now waiting on her autopsy to be returned. Bridgeport PD announced a criminal narcotics investigation into Smith Fields' death last week. And now the suspension of these detectives, all coming after the attorney for Smith Fields' family filed a notice that they plan to sue the city.
Tragedy for 2 families tonight. Kelly, thank you. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button.
Okay, so y'all, excuse me. So y'all just heard that clip right here. By now, y'all have already gotten stories about Lauren Smith Fields, and y'all's already seen the video about Brenda Lee Rawls, who you see on the opposite side of Lauren. Now, this is a very interesting turning point in the case. So we already know everything up until this point, at least as much as they're telling us. But this new development of they suspended 2 officers who was involved for misconduct when it came to both of these cases. Because remember, they were both found dead on the same day. It's just that the way the reports went out were at separate times. In almost the same way. And I didn't realize it was 2 miles away. That's relatively close to each other. The fact that these 2 cops were suspended, and they only revealed the picture of one of them, because I was looking at the news clip, and then it was that Kevin Cronin, and if I can find this picture on here, which I should be able to, I'll post it up, but they didn't post a picture up of the other officer who happened to be a woman, and they left her like anonymous as if they couldn't retrieve her picture, but you know, whatever. The fact that they were put on leave for misconduct says a lot. That says a whole lot. That means that they have reason to believe that they did not act in the way that they should have. And how ironic that both of these women happen to be black. Now, I already know people have their take about Lauren considering some posts that she's made in the past. Especially specifically when it came to the referencing of black men. And I guess the choice in the mate in which she decided to be with on the last night of her life. And then they factored in like the drugs and everything like that. Now, I don't know too much about Brenda Lee Rawls' story. Hers is still kind of like, you know, up in the air. But the fact is that it was almost in the same fashion. We don't know if there was any drugs involved. We don't even know who the person is. Like, they really kept that one under wraps. At least we know the name of the one that was with Lauren, but they trying to keep him under wraps as if he doesn't exist, but like we don't know who he is. But this definitely has taken an interesting turn now, because now that they've been suspended for misconduct, that means now that their investigation could or should go a little bit deeper than the surface level that they've been scraping at for the last couple of weeks. But I don't know how much, you know, what to really expect out of this. All I know is this: the taxpayers of Connecticut are probably air punching right now. They are punching the air like Trey and Boys in the Hood right now, because they already know that's going to hit their pockets in a huge way. Whenever it comes to stuff like this, it always affects the taxpayers. But that's pretty much the latest update when it comes to this. Oh, before I forget, this is Kevin Cronin. This is one of the cops that was suspended for misconduct when it came to Lauren Smith Fields and Brenda Lee Rawls. Like I said, they don't have the picture up of the other cop that was suspended as well. And like I said, that was a woman. But besides the fact that her picture should still be plastered out there as well. But suspended doesn't really mean nothing. I don't know if they got administrative leave or whatever the case. Maybe they said it in here, but I forgot. But yeah, that's where we at with it right now. But that's all I have for this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure that if you are new, to hit that bell and have your notifications set to all so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video or go live. And I'll talk to you in the next one.